Long ago, in a vast kingdom deep in the heart of Africa, there was a sacred forest known as Ukamadu, the whispering forest. The trees spoke in hushed voices, the rivers hummed melodies, and the animals carried messages from the spirits. It was said that Ukamadu held the secret of balance between the human world and the spirit realm. In the village of Omene, a young boy named Anayo lived with his grandmother, Mama Ife, the village storyteller. She often warned the villagers. No one must ever take more than they need from the forest, or the spirits would demand a price. But as generations passed, people stopped believing in these old tales. One fateful year, the kingdom's King Oba Izawuna, grew greedy. He had heard of a magical tree deep within Ukamadu that bore golden fruits that granted power beyond imagination. The Oba, hungry for eternal rule, commanded his warriors to march into the forest and bring him the golden fruit. The villagers begged him not to anger the spirits, but he laughed. They are mere whispers in the wind. I am the true power. That night, the warriors set off. But only one returned, his eyes wide with terror. The trees, they moved. The shadows, they spoke. We were not alone, he gasped before collapsing. Darkness fell upon the land. The rivers dried up, crops withered, and a strange mist swallowed the forest. Wild animals, once peaceful, began attacking villages. The spirits of Ukamadu were angry. The Oba, desperate, called for a seer. The old woman spoke, her voice like rustling leaves. Only the one with a pure heart can enter Ukamadu and restore balance. The one who listens to the whispers of the forest. All eyes turned to Anayo, the boy who had always understood the language of the trees. Guided by an enchanted firefly sent by the spirits, Anayo entered Ukamadu. As he walked, the trees whispered riddles, the wind carried songs, and the river murmured warnings. He met Nguil, the spirit of the forest, who appeared as a giant, glowing panther with eyes like burning embers. Why should I spare your people? Nguil growled. Anayo bowed deeply. Because they have forgotten. But I will remind them. Nguil's gaze softened. Then prove it. Find the heart of the forest and return it to its sacred place before the next full moon. As Anayo stood before Nguil, the great panther spirit, its ember-like eyes softened. Then prove it, Nguil rumbled. Find the heart of the forest and return it to its sacred place before the next full moon. Anayo nodded with determination, and the enchanted firefly danced ahead, leading him deeper into Ukamadu. But the path to the heart of the forest was not an easy one. He had to face 3 great trials, each designed to test his spirit. Anayo soon reached a wide, raging river, its waters roaring like thunder. The air shimmered with voices, echoes of past travelers who had been lost to its depths. A whisper rose from the river, carrying a challenge. Only those who speak their true name without fear may pass. Anayo felt the weight of doubt press against him. He had always been a quiet boy, listening more than speaking. But he knew this was a test of identity, of standing firm in who he was. Stepping forward, he took a deep breath and whispered. I am Anayo, son of the earth, listener of the trees. At his words, the river's fury subsided. The waters calmed, parting just enough for him to walk across safely. As he stepped onto the other side, the river whispered once more, this time in approval. Beyond the river lay a deep valley, shrouded in mist. Strange figures moved within, spirits with hollow eyes, their voices honeyed and tempting. Gold and jewels shimmered at their feet, and they called out to Anayo. Come, child. Take what you desire. Power, riches, anything you wish. Anayo knew these were the spirits of greed and deception, seeking to lead him astray. He shut his eyes tightly and focused on the firefly's glow. Step by step, he followed its tiny flicker, ignoring the voices and treasures around him. The whispers grew desperate, then faded into silence. When he opened his eyes, he had reached the end of the valley, untouched by greed's illusion. At the heart of the forest stood a towering figure woven from ancient vines and leaves, the Guardian of Ukamadu. It loomed over Anayo, its deep voice like rustling trees. "What is more powerful than the Oba?" the Guardian asked, but humbler than a child. Anayo thought of the king, mighty yet blinded by greed. He thought of his grandmother's stories, of the wisdom they carried. And then, he knew the answer. "Wisdom," he said firmly. The Guardian's vine-covered face shifted, forming something like a smile. "You have answered well, child of Omene." The vines unraveled, revealing the heart of the forest, a glowing emerald stone, pulsing with life. Anayo reached out and gently took the stone into his hands. The forest sighed in relief. The mist cleared, the trees straightened, and the air grew warm with life once more. The balance was being restored. But his journey was not yet over. He had to return the heart of the forest to its sacred place, and face the Oba who had caused this destruction. With the heart in hand, Anayo placed it back in the sacred shrine. Ukamadu exhaled, a gust of wind that carried away the darkness. The rivers flowed once more, the crops flourished, and the animals calmed. Anayo returned as a hero, but he refused the Oba's rewards. Instead, he made the Oba swear an oath: never take more than you need. Respect the whispers of the forest. From that day forward, the people of Omene lived in harmony with nature. And Anayo, the boy who listened, became the village's greatest storyteller, passing down the legend of Ukamadu for generations.